Good morning. Good morning, pen people. Welcome to the universe. Look at all these good morning vibes. These good morning vibes are hype. Derek Gamer, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I see y'all working this morning. I see y'all hanging. Hope everyone had a good weekend. We have cats. Smandwich. I can get behind a smandwich. We'll have to see, around lunchtime if we can come up with a smandwich. Run the jewels or lose her finger. My COVID got in my house anxiety and recluded retail therapy pen is out for delivery. I'm having that stationary therapy thing going right now. Power Belly, 33 months of sub, and thank you so much. I appreciate you, Power Belly. Let's go. So yeah. I have an email conversation with a pen maker going. Naper Villain, 14 months of sub, and thank you so much, Naper Villain. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Hey, Pens and Sprinkles. Welcome to the hanging out, into the chat after lurking. Y'all can always lurk. Everyone feel free to lurk here and just chill and hang out and do some stuff. I just got my paperclip holder from the stream last week. That's my retail therapy for the week. What maker? I'm not going to tell you until it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Schmevelin with the gifted sub. Thank you so much, Schmevelin. You're the best. We're still in secret mode, and plus I haven't paid for it yet. So I want to get it done first. So we're going back and forth. I have lots of things in the email going right now. Interesting times. Speaking of email, I did get a shipping notification for the Ajoto pens. So they're due to arrive the first of February, somewhere around there. This will be a new personal pen for me. And it's something I haven't owned before. It's a little bit of a stretch. Yeah, it's a little bit of a budget breaker. So we'll see. There'll be a lot to say about it once I get it. So knock today, yeah. This afternoon I'll update the inventory and send out an email. I don't know what time yet though. Just depends on how my day goes. So got some things going on today. But yeah, knock inventory update this afternoon. Go on knockco.com and sign up for the newsletter, and I'll publish it there when everything's live. So newsletter peeps get the first priority when that stuff drops. I have the list right here though that I have to update on the Gigante. How much do you know about brush inks, seeing as you are the pen ink expert? It depends on what you mean by brush inks. Yes, lookouts. What would you consider the most beautiful pen of all time? The Chaos pen, Montegrappa Chaos. Yeah, I mean, like, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So, yeah, so Carolina, I have more than enough, but I'm going to hit up the other people on the list from the previous list to just shoot them an email, see if they're still interested. So. Consider Chaos pen the ugliest pen ever made? It's your opinion. It's your opinion. You know? But yeah, I don't know if I could name I could probably name the beautifulest. I would be comfortable beautifulest pen I own, and I don't know that I would have an answer. Like I would have to think about that. Emote idea, Banhammer. We could do that. Where's my list? I got a long list. Banhammer would be a good one. Banhammer. Montegrappa specials make you appreciate the difference between technical artistry and aesthetics. They're wonderful to look at, but wow, oh wow, are they weird? Yeah, that's like, they must be like Montegrappa's staff. I mean, this is just me pontificating. Montegrappa's staff must be pretty happy with the creativity they're allowed to show, right? That's got to be fun. Bronkowski, 1, the package arrived, 2, another 30% of duty. Like, worldwide, we had to take worldwide shipping down. Yes, I saw the TWSBI. Yeah, that's funny. We're going to talk about that on the podcast. Here it is. We were talking about the TWSBI swipe colors. So TWSBI swipe and TWSBI pipe we will be discussing on the podcast tomorrow. There's some gorgeous pens that are stupidly impractical. Yeah, like some of the, like if I'm going to name a most gorgeous pen, it's probably going to be like something, Arushi, Makie, something like that. Beauplay Photos, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Like I could go without the salmon actually in the picture. I would be okay with that, to be perfectly honest. So like it's a good color. I'd be more down with the orange and the gray. I mean the green than the salmon. I'll probably get some though, give them away. Have you seen the Montegrappa Amiraglio? Yeah. I'm glad fountain pens got over. There's a picture of food with a pen next to it. How else will I know what to call it without the salmon? Yeah. Actually, I think the color would be a lot better without the imagery. This is what I'm more interested in, though, to be perfectly honest. Y'all saw this, right? So we'll cover this on the podcast. My orange loving hubby is so happy for this year's orange trend. I got some orange stuff in the works, maybe. Like I said, I got some things in the email. Oh no, the pipe has been done. Other companies do the pipe. Like this isn't new or novel. What do you think of the new Bung Box orange pen? I think it's really, really cool. Yeah, I think it looks good. Like it's not for me, but like it looks really good. Shoot a link in here. I'll pull it up on chat just so I don't have to bang around and figure it out. Yeah, like this is something pen companies have done in the past, like Visconti, I'm pretty sure. Orange O2 with a gray finial. What did I do? Gray with orange finials before? Thank you, Toasty Treat. So yeah, the pipe is neither new nor unique, but it's just kind of perfectly TWSBI. Put that pen in front of an orange orchard, not besides over a good piece of salmon. It was a little interesting, that's for sure. Yeah, this is great, right? Like I'm down with this. I'm down with the small size, like the mini. I'm down with the finial artwork, which I'll show you in a minute. It's a little bit of a glistening orange barrel, gold trim. I think it's pretty perfect, right? The finial is just crazy, right? Like how good is that? Same price as Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Well, I would take this one. The Blossoms, I'm taking it on the nib. I think the only unique part about the TWSBI pipe is that it can connect to the 580. Yeah. I mean, I think the manufacturers that have done it before have specialized it to their particular thing, right? Like it's cool. Like I'll get one of those, but like you may never use it, right? Oh, this comes in the. I did see the box. I love the box. The box is pretty wild. I think the box is just fantastic, right? Like that's what I want is like if I'm gonna go special edition, even though it's a box, it's they're charging me for garbage, right? It's still like that's a cool one. I'm down with that. It reminds me of the apricot yogurt. What was it? Have you ever seen a glass nib pen in a normal body? A seller I know just posted one, look vintage. Yeah. I've seen some of those before. It's even got like the funky packaging tape. Like, it's a good job. Like, they did a really good job with this one, right? They're decided to do a thing, told a little story about it, wrapped up the storytelling in the design. And yeah, like, it was just kind of cool. Morning, Jesse. So yeah, I think they did a really, really good job of that. So what's the official name of this one? Can I not translate on here? Mandarin orange. But yeah, that finial's cool. Sailor bring these LEs to the US. I'm shocked at how many Sailor limited edition inks we're getting when we're told at one point that would probably never happen. And now they're just like ramping them up. Yeah, I think the US retailer LEs have all been pretty good. Cat Band has custom engraving. I missed that. I don't know if I'll be able to see it. It's hard to see in this picture. Is the box all cardboard? I really like that it's fully recyclable. If it is, more companies. I'm almost certain. Like, it looks full cardboard. I don't even see any plastic in it at all. Right? It's like cut out. It's designed. The cutouts are designed to just slot the pen in there. So many of the USLEs are a new shade of blue teal aqua. Yeah. I mean, just look at the ink I reviewed the other day. I'll still buy the blue teal aqua. Oh, 04A, you want to see my Nikaya? So I got my nib swap, and it doesn't fit, so I'll show y'all. But this is a known thing. I'll show y'all. Oh, sorry, I was doing some writing here. I'm starting to appreciate pins with clips when I'm using my Matthew Martin, and I want to put it in here, except it's not going to stay, right? All right, all you clip people, I'm feeling you. What I really want is a US only LE palette Vanishing Point Decimo. We already get those. I mean, I wouldn't mind a better Decimo, that's for sure. Or not a better Decimo. As a pen, the Decimo is great. I would like a custom Decimo, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, I have one too many pens in here. All right, so this is what we're doing here. Black Ice VP is what out for delivery. Well, that's fitting for you, Sarah, the Black Ice. So I got my nib for this, right, that we're working on. So I got the sorry, I'm not set up for great camera viewing yet. So I got my extra fine rhodium plated nib, except we do this. Right, so it doesn't stay. Doesn't stay in there. Yeah, it's not just loose. It's like it barely fits. Like, I don't know if this is like adjustable or not. So I want the nib, but this does not, like, yeah, not good. So yeah, we'll get it fixed. I'm not worried about it. I'm just glad I have the nib. So this is the key. We can get the rest of it fixed up. So I just can't use it until I do get it fixed up because that's way too loose. But we'll be able to get it. Yeah, the hard part's already done, right? Like, now that I have the nib is not leaving, right? We'll fix the rest of that. So there you go. But I appreciate you working with me on that and getting it done. What's up, Nib Taylor? You forgot Twitch has commercials? It does. It's how I make the big bucks. Don't you know that? It's how we make the big bucks on Twitch. All those commercials. Is it no, we swapped out the nib and the original nib and the original feed they stay together. So I sent that out. I got a new nib and feed, but the new feed does not fit in there correctly. And we were concerned about this at first, right? We were trying to figure that out. Schmevelin with the gifted sub. Is Twitch a significant income stream? No. I'll like on Twitch, $300 to $500 a month. Like I'll tell y'all straight up. Like as much as I'm on here, like it's great. Like hey, that's good money, but significant? No, that's not a significant income stream. So yeah, like the payouts range between it's like I think last month was like 330. I think some months have been like 500. So it's great. Hey, it's pays for pins, right? But it's also the amount of time I put into it too, right? So it's equivalent. Like it's completely good for the amount of time that I'm on and things like that. So excuse me. All right. So at some point I got to do some ink swabs, but I really wasn't feeling it this morning. I spent the Scribo money. The Scribo money's allocated. So the Scribo got pushed down the list. We'll figure that out later. That's maybe later this year. So I spent the Scribo money, but I'm not going to talk about that pen yet until I at least pay for it. So yeah, it went to another pen. So what's up, Brooks? So I wasn't up for ink swatching this morning, but I wanted to continue some of the pen storage stuff that I have going on in the Closet of Doom. So y'all got to see recently in the past couple weeks all like the visible storage that I have, right? Where I can see the pens. It's probably the pens that I use the most frequently. And then I have this other bin that is a constant struggle for me to manage because it's all in pen cases. So we're going to go through this today and hopefully not ink up any new pens. So we'll see. I need someone to buy my Sailor's Angel's Delight so I can get a Sailor Violet Fizz. Those are pretty cool looking. All right, so let me make some room real quick. And hopefully find the lost pens. The lost pens are definitely not in here. Posture check, I'm actually pretty decent. Feet flat on the ground. Do you have a system to remember what inks are in what pens? Yes. Try not to ink up too many. That's the only system I have. I fail a lot. But if I don't ink up too many, I know exactly what I have in there. Smand. Sorry, we're relocating so I can get some space up here. So, yeah, the lost pens are not in this section because I've gone through this a million times. Right, I'm in this section of the Closet of Doom quite frequently. So we have a bin full of cases full of pens. So we're going to organize, or at least see what's in here. Some of it's organized, some of it needs to be like brought together in a more usable fashion, right? So I'm just going to grab a bunch of the cases out here to start with, and then we'll reach in and get some more. Like some cases have rules, and some cases are just a mess, right? So we're just going to grab some of these so I don't have to totally dig them all out later. Whoa, I think I hit the mouse. Y'all still there? Oops. Okay. This is the largest stockpile of brass sounds in the world. Pretty close. Alright, I think we got... There's a couple in here that don't need to come out. They're just nothing interesting. Alright, but in this bin... No, the missing pens aren't in here. This is one of the first places I looked. And I've been through all these cases multiple times. What was I going to say? Oh, in this bin is... Every case has pens in it, right? There's no empty cases if you live in this bin. I have another bin right next to this one that's full of empty cases. So there's that. So this is the bin with cases full of pens. All right, I am going to have to get to my mouse somehow. Yeah, all these have pens. So this is the problem area, right? This is the stuff that I don't necessarily know what to do with. Like all the stuff in the other storage, like I'm pretty content with. Is the space pen worth it? Yes. It's almost like I own a case company, right? But I like to buy other cases too, which you'll see here. All right. So let me find some room here. So the storage I was showing y'all the past few weeks with either the cigar box storage, that type of visible storage to where I can see like my whether it's expensive or it's most frequently used pens live in that visual storage, so I can just look at the box, say, hey, I want this pen, and grab it and ink it. This is a little different, right? So like these are things that I use frequently or have used. So I just threw a couple of Faber-Castells in this. I try to keep the brands together. That's one reason I'm taking some of this out today, is because some of this is so mixed up. I want to be able to open up a case and say, when I see like the Faber-Castells, like I know that the Faber-Castells are in here. So the missing pens are probably in a bag that loaned to someone. Oh, don't say that. I hope they would have told me by now. So we have the Ambition and the Ondoro, which are two excellent Faber-Castells. So I keep these. What I want for most of these pens is to know where they're at so I can grab them when I need them, right? If I'm either anxious to use, like I've wanted to use the Ondoro. I used it for a lot of the writing when I was doing the book copying, which I need to get back to. Sorry, Sarah. I'm a little slow on that. The Ambition is a pen I just enjoy using, right? So like I need to know what's in these cases, because even though they may not be the like number one pen that I'm going to grab on a day-to-day basis, like I need to know where they're at for either personal use, like, hey, I miss using that pen, or for some type of comparison, right? If I need to say, hey, this Ambition has a weird step in the section, how does it compare to some other pen? You organize yours by country. I think that's a fair way to do it. So I have a space. That's the thing is, like, I have a space in here, but I don't know how I'll use it. So, like, I can't tell you what's in this case right now. So, are you talking to me, Andrew? I'm always open to suggestions. So, like this case, I know what's in it. Like, this is probably, like, the most important case in here that's not in my other storage, because I know what's in here. What is this one? I always forget the name. I bought it at the Baltimore Pen Show. Has the name in here somewhere. Garny, Garny. They're at the Baltimore Pen Show. This is where I got it. Brand, color, size. Someday when I visit Atlanta, my librarian self is going to come catalog your collection. Yeah, facts. So this is the most used case probably in here. I know what's in this case at all times. I don't even have to lift the cover to tell you what's in this case. I can name all 4 pens in here because I use them frequently. So it's my 3Y Studios and it's my Auto Hut that I enjoy using. So what is this, the 03? I always forget the model name of this one. So this group of pens just never found a home in the open, in the cigar box storage or the fiberglass top storage of the retro cases. But I mean, y'all know, like, this is one of my favorite pens of all time, right? So it's used pretty frequently. So it stays in a case that I can find like really quickly. And as I keep selling more pens in the other cases, like I'll move these into being able to see, in the the clear top storage that I have. But that's why these pens are in this different of a case. Like I definitely know some of these, and this is the Y Studio resin. Both of these are fitted with Franklin Christoph nibs. That's a cursive italic. This one's a needle point. And then this is the newer one that I have to review pretty soon. So this is the newest one, the Y Studio. What's this one called? Revolve, maybe? So this one I've yet to review, but it's on the short list to review. So this case pretty much stays the same, right? These are all pens that I use frequently. These are all pens that I love. So yeah, that's why they're kind of in their own unique case. Like I know what's in here, but like I don't know what's in any of these. Like I'll know it when I see it, right? But I can't tell you, hey, in this purple case I have X, and in this unicorn I have Y. Like I have no idea. This one I can tell you. That's why they live here. I think that's the only leather case I own. They are part well-loved and part designed to look that way, right? So the black brassing series from Y Studio has kind of like that pre-edged look. Garny, yeah, Garny. I've only seen them at pen shows, and I got to meet the people there that made them in Baltimore. I like the style and the color and the way it's manufactured. It's done really well. I've been happy with it. Not cheap by any stretch. All right, I think in this case, so we're gonna take we'll play the game. Brad's gonna take a guess at what's on here. Oh yeah, I could probably do like a label on the zippers, like a hang tag. That's not a bad idea. But like first, I need to organize first a little bit better than I already do. I'm pretty sure this is my the Wancher, Urushi, and Ebonite pens. There's at least 3 of those. And then who knows what else is in here. Some of these cases may not be full. Some of them may be overflowing. I was really wrong. See? This is why we got to do this. So this is another group of frequently used and pens that I want to have frequent access to. Ooh, the camera does not treat the nylon well, so we'll pop all these out real quick. So these are all pens that I love and that I use in some type of frequency, except for one, which is this one, the Lamy Nex. Like that's just a weird pen. Like that actually doesn't. We're gonna pull this to the side. That really doesn't belong with this group of pens. Like these group of pens have to have a reason to be together, and it's not necessarily the brand. But we're gonna do something with these TWSBIs. We're gonna pull them out. So this is just like some recently used pens, right? That I just need a place to store, right? So the Mayora, the JR, the Micarta, My Cypress, and the VAC Iris. Like these 4 pens, I've used all of these very recently, right? So these are frequently used, like reviewed, used for review, tested, other people reviewed. And then these are just pens that I have. This is the old TWSBI Micarta with a well-loved and stained section. And no, you may not buy this one. Like a label keychain you could loop through the zipper pull. Yeah. Like a luggage tag, but smaller. So I have a really crispy Bach steel nib. Because I think these were Bach at the time they made these, right? Maybe not. The Micarta TWSBI needs a reissue. Yeah. So this was the version. This is the clipless version. And like this will never leave my hands, right? Like I may not use it very frequently, but like I will never get rid of this pen. Right? It's just cool. It's just one of their best designs ever. Like, it's well loved, it's well used. You know, they had feed and collar problems where they broke, so it would leak and stain the sections. Like, it's all fixed up now, but it's good stuff. This one I've been thinking about inking up, and I haven't, but I need to. This is the Mont Blanc Bohème. I bought this one at the Chicago Pen Show. This is the lone Mont Blanc that I own, and I'm so happy with it. It's the coolest little safety pen, right? So twist the back. Hi, Nib. How are you, Nib? Bye, Nib. Hi, Nib. So this is just one of like the GOAT pens, right? It's just amazing. And the cap screws on the back. Oh, look, it lines up perfectly, as it should, right? And then you fill it in the back here. You take a ink cartridge. Let's see if I can show you. Well, you can't really see it moving. So you pop in an ink cartridge in here, and you just clamp this guy down. Ink cartridge. Mont Blanc Bohème, yes. So yeah. This is the only pen that would make me buy, what's the big one? Like the 1911? That's like the big long one of these. With the retractable nib, is it called the 1911? Those are very, very expensive. Like, I paid like $300 for this one. The 1912, whatever. Those are more like $900, $1,200. Like, that's not really thinking that, but it's great. So, and y'all know I like the mini pens anyway. So, and this one isn't even that small. It's like Kaweco sport sized. Where'd that sport go? Where'd you go, sport? Oh, I can't see on my desk now. The first year Bohème without a jewel is larger than all the subsequent models. It's not a mini pen. I mean, it's a small pen. But yeah, I mean, it's full sized when you put it all together. It's just great. Yeah, what a clever little pen. It's fantastic. Fantastic. So, yeah. I did post it. So, we are... All right, I'm going to take this one out. We're done with this one. I know what's here. Everything lives here. Everything's happy. It's a Mont Blanc, whatever size, but then I think I got it, like, stubbed or something. I can't read it. I'm going to order me a new loop today. I hate this loop. I don't know. Where do you see the size on these things? I don't know. But I had it, I had like a cursive italic grind on here. You can see that the edge tipping is a little bit shaped. So there you go. On the sticker they put on the barrel, I mean, that's some F's in the chat right there. That ain't happening around here. You know better than that. So, but it looked pretty wide. It looked pretty wide, like a medium or broad. They don't stamp their nibs ever. I'm not a Mont Blanc professional. All right. So this Lamy's out. Like, I never touch this pen. It doesn't belong in this group of pens. So that's going to stay over there. These two TWSBIs, there's a lot of TWSBIs in the storage we're about to open. But these 4 pens don't have a lot of partners, so we're just going to put them in here for now. Like, I think these are like my one and only Mayora, Esterbrook JR, Mont Blanc, Mr. Cypress. So we're going to keep that handy. We're going to slide these off for now. Mine's a mystery, guessing a medium. I wonder if they all came in medium. That wouldn't surprise me if they were just like, hey, all of this pen are medium. All right, so we're going to set this case aside. All right, I was wrong on the last case. This case isn't full. I'm very thirsty, chat. It's your favorite pen case? I think this and the Sinclair is my favorite pen case. This one. I just love this case. I carry this one a lot. I'm going to say there's some Lamy Safaris in here. I think this might be where my Terracotta and Safari, Savannah Green Safari are. But I don't know what else is in here. All right, let's look. This looks like it could be a TWSBI case. Oh, I got one of them right. There's not much in here. So, yeah. Awesome Safari. Savannah Green. That's a keeper. Got that. This is original OG tactile turn. Titanium barrel. Damascus section, maybe? No, regular section. One of these has a Damascus section somewhere. So I like this one. I've sold some other tactile turns, but I keep this one. I like this one. I like these metal barrel ones. What is this? Oh, Prera. Oh, Carol, this is the Prera with my with the Plumix nib in it. I don't have the tinier. I don't have the Pluminix nib, but this is the Prera. I put the, what do they call it? Yeah, CM, the CM nib on, which is great. Like, listen to this. Listen to this. It's just, it's the best snap cap. Prera love, that's for sure. Missed the first part of the stream. Is that brown pen and micarta? Yeah, this is the TWSBI micarta. One of the classics. And then this is the Prometheus Wrights. Cool pen. That Jason from Prometheus gave this to me, so I just hang on to it. Like, I don't, like, sometimes I'll give away things that people give to me, but this one I'll keep. I think it's kind of neat. It's like super weird looking, but I like it. Tiny badge with the 16 months of sub in. I remember when Jason was working on this. He goes by Darkness Sucks on the internet. Have y'all ever seen? All he wanted was this one to be able to use a long international cartridge instead of the short international cartridge, right? So it's a Bach nib, has the international converter or cartridge fitting. He didn't care about the converters. He didn't care about the short international cartridges. He just wanted to make sure. I had to send him the long international Pelican Edelstein cartridges. He's like, yeah, that's the one. I'm like, okay. So there you go. All right, so we're gonna keep this open. Let's start a TWSBI case here because we like the TWSBI brightness. Will go in the unicorn case, and we're gonna keep these one-offs over here. I've already forgotten what we're doing here. Okay, these are more one-offs. Let me think about that for a second. All right. Hold, please. Hold, please. You have that in brass. How does that? I bet that's pretty cool. All right. This one's full, like packed. I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I clearly have too many one-offs. Yeah, I just at least want to arrange them somehow. Like, these are all one-off. Like, this is going to go somewhere. Like, this has a home. These can stay there. I think this might be like TWSBI 580s or something, or 540s even. I have some 540s in here. Oh, no, this is the Wancher case. Oh, this has some good stuff in it. Y'all know these. I've been looking for that. I need to get that out. All right. So this was the Wancher Arushis, which I just rarely use. Like, I like them. They're good. This is the one I got from Kickstarter. So this was the Kickstarter reward. Just a really, really good color. But I've just never used them. Extra fine gold nib on this one. Yeah. Ebonite feed. America Macchiatos. This one they sent me this was a preview one. So this was an early one without the nib stamping. Hey, Killer Sheep. So this was the one they sent me before the campaign to review or to give them feedback on. So this is that one with the steel nib. And then this is just the basic ebonite one with the steel nib. So they sent me both of these. So this is the rushi, this is the raw. It's polished ebonite, I guess I should say. And then I backed the campaign, and this was the campaign reward with the gold nib. So Brooks just put some pins up for sale on his Instagram. So check that out. So I probably just need to give one of these away, or two of them away. Like keep the one I bought, give away the two that they gave me. Maybe down the line that's a members thing. We'll see. So something to think about, because I don't use them that much, right? They deserve to not just sit here in the pin case. Then we have the Curidas and the Bennu Talisman. I haven't really used the Curidas much recently. It's just a little wide for me. I'm hoping we get a Curidas V2, but I haven't heard anything from Platinum. So, like, I like it. Like, it's fine. I'm glad they did it, for sure. But yeah, this is always going to be the challenge for me, right? Not just the width, the diameter of the barrel for such a fine nib, but the humpback here, which they hid in all the product photography. And yes, mine does have the busted feed, so I've never bothered to change it. Because it doesn't affect the writing. I don't know if I can show you, if it'll be visible on camera with the... But I never bothered changing it out. Had to get mine replaced because the body cracked, but the feed was fine. I have a pic. If you look at my review on the blog, you can see the crack in the feed. Like, I don't think I can show it to you here. Like, it's up the sidewall. You can maybe see it kind of going up the sidewall there. But I have a picture of it on the review. So, what's the best Japanese fountain pen brand to own? Well, you have three choices: Sailor, Pilot, or Platinum. And you can't go wrong with any of them. So, those are the Japanese, they call them the Japanese Big Three. They're all exquisite. Like, really, really no problem. Bennu Talisman, my favorite Bennu so far. Most normal. Most normal shaped, but still has the weird, wild patterns. Oh yeah, there's a million small and quality makers in Japan, but like if you're a new user, that's going to be a real big challenge. So yeah, this one's great. I was very happy with this Bennu. So let's see here. So we have those. Then we have just some old busted up Sailor. I think I lost one of the parts of this. So this is just something I have for a nib if I ever want. You going to Baltimore's knock? Definitely no. Probably not going to Baltimore at all, but we'll see. So this is basically just an extra nib. I can use this for something. So it's just kind of tossed in here as like parts. What size? I don't even know. EF. That's a good one. Are you going to Atlanta? Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. This is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim with an EF. Yeah, I've told them I'm coming to Atlanta and I want my tables, even if I don't have any other tables on there. When is Atlanta? I think it's the first weekend of April. Like literally like the second, third, fourth type of thing. So that I know I'm doing. But I might just like have a table to sit at and nothing to sell, which is okay. And then we have Darth Vader's Schaefer, which is not a bad little pen for like a $20 pen. So they did a good job just for these little pens. But they have, I'm on the Baltimore list. Maybe that's from last year or 2 years ago. No, I'm not going to be in Baltimore with Knock. So they probably just carried over the page from previous years or something. So there you go. I should come to LA. I should come to all the pen shows. It's just I don't want to travel. So. All right. All right, we're putting more pens out of cases than in cases. Chicago would be towards the top of my list if I could do anything. So let's put... All right. Yes, Chicago is very high on my list. Eventually, Brad has to come to St. Louis. Yeah, for sure. All right, so these two are good matches for this case. So kind of the one-offs, but maybe frequently accessed type of pens. Why soft cases over glass or wood cases? Because I make these. Like, because I own the company that makes these. And I have wood cases in the other room that I've been sharing for the past couple of weeks. So if you check out the VODs or the YouTube channel, you can see all the wood cases that I use. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything, right? All right, this case is done. This is some good one-off stuff. See, I kept this one because the label's on backwards. DC, the world's largest? That's a negative. No offense, but that's a negative. That's a turnoff. World's largest super spreader event. Although by the summer, I hope we're good, but we've said that like 1,000 times. All right, so we're going to file this one. I feel pretty good about that one. All right. Except now I don't know what's in it, right? I'm going to have to say, hey, that Esterbrook that I had that one time, where is it? It's going to be in one of these cases. It's just the way it's going to go. Sorry, chat. So we still have this Wancher one. We have the TWSBI one. All right. This one's open. I could cheat. There is 2 pins in here. This has to be pretty recent because I was just using this case. What is in here? All right, I don't know. Ah, I know that guy. I was like, I just use these. I know this guy. Spokepens.com. Is ATL worth buying a table for as a nib guy during all this COVID stuff? I mean, you were literally just at Philadelphia, right? I think you could answer that better than any of us. I mean, and all we can tell you is that Atlanta's normally bigger than Philly, but what is normal these days? Like, I think you're better positioned to answer than any of us. So there's my brass. Yeah, as far as like disregarding public safety, we're pros at that. You aren't going to get me today, Satan. Well, if I'm not that, well, how about titanium and cobalt? Can I tempt you in a titanium and cobalt? I gotta ink these back up. Yeah, Atlanta's not as bad, but yeah, totally correct. So we're gonna keep this like this for right now. Yeah, that just stays like it is. This is an old case. Oh, thank you, Miss G's Crafties. If you haven't voted on the Twitch user voice right now, if you're chatting here, you're signed into Twitch. Click on that link that Miss G's Crafties sent and click vote on the little button that says we can get stationary tags on our streams, which would be great. Should be great. Should I get a Sailor Pro Gear Limited Edition Spring Rain or Pilot Custom 823 next? That's a hard decision because the Pilot Custom 823 is just, it's not even an argument that's like one of the great pens of all time, but the Sailor Professional Gear Spring Rain is like a very personal pen, right? It's like cool looking, it might fit your vibe and aesthetic. Like there's no wrong answer. It's just, they're just extremely different pens, and to be able to pick one or the other, the two reasons are just so varying. I have no idea what's in this case. This is an old, like, malformed brass town. It's like too big and pouchy. So I kept it. I'm gonna go. One of these has to have some TWSBI 580s and 540s. Anyone planning on getting a Shonen in an hour? I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna order a Peak once he gets done all this stuff. Yeah, this is the TWSBI one. All right, so we have. This is the Japanese Eco. The solid orange Japanese model Eco, which is a personal fave of mine. We have the old Rock 540s. This is the first like TWSBIs that I really tried to hunt down. So really cool design. So this is the 540 model. What is this one? No, this is the 540. Are they both 540s? What is this one? 580. So this one's a 580. That's what I thought. They felt a little bit different. So this was the original 540 model that they had like lots of problems with. Do the Ecos still have section cracking issues? I didn't know the Ecos to have section cracking issues. I thought the old 540s had section cracking issues. I haven't heard of any Eco section cracking issues. Is that still a thing? But these used to, the 540s. But the Ecos are designed in a way to not. So yeah, they had some special, had a cap crack, not a section. Yeah. 2011 100th anniversary. So yeah, there you go. So old model, new model. This is when they changed. You can see the sections change here, right? This is the one that they had the most problems with. And this is the other one. I think if you swap nibs and feed a bunch on the Eco, they can crack. I mean, isn't that a universal statement? Right? You've had three TWSBI Ecos sections crack on you. I have never seen one. That's crazy. Yeah, the Eco doesn't even have a separate section, right? It's like a molded section. I don't know how this is. I've never seen one of these crack. I mean, not that they didn't, but yeah, to have 3 of them crack, like, I don't get that. That doesn't make sense. I've had 10-ish Ecos. Has it been in the section? That's crazy. Yeah, to have 3 TWSBI Ecos crack, that's wild. Caramel Honey, thank you for the follow. So yeah, this was the original change. This is the way back in the day. Very edge of the grip. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah. And then they still kept modifying these 580s. even more. All right, so we're gonna put the TWSBIs in here. I don't ever really use these anymore. I use the Orange Eco. I'll use this, you know, once in a while. And then the smaller ones, this is the Diamond 580 Tuxedo. These are the 580 Mini, and this is the VAC Mini. So yeah, these are just cool pens to use from time to time. This is a good ink reviewing pen. They're great about sending replacement. Oh yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I hope it's not like a recurring thing. Just got the Jade Eco yesterday, and it's so pretty. It's really good. If any Eco is gonna crack, it's my Beater Lab Eco, and it's doing fine despite many drops. Yeah. So this one I'll do some ink testing with. I use the TWSBI stub nibs for a lot of ink reviews. So let's put... Where did those other TWSBIs go? Let's rethink. Let's reimagine this case. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna combine the TWSBIs. Let's see, that can go here. All right. What's the Puma for, Jinjins? What exactly do you mean? The VAC Iris is so tempting. Yeah. I've been happy with it. All right. We have an empty case now. I don't know if we'll have to maybe the empty case has some of these random ones in it. So all TWSBI now. But this is going to be a mistake because I know there's other TWSBIs. Oh, pump. It's a TWSBI vacuum filler. So yeah. TWSBI Mini vacuum filler. Did this have a model number? It's just called the VAC Mini. Great pen. Great price too. Are you organizing to look for the lost pens? No, I've gone through this group before. This was definitely one of the first places I checked for the missing pens. Cub Fan Marte, 8 months of subbing, thank you. All right, TWSBI case. There's gonna be more TWSBI cases soon. What's up, Bruce? Nib Wars, 24 months of subbing. Thank you for the follow, Jins. All right, so let's set that aside and keep going. All right, we have when the Iris came out, I had a group of friends who were saying it's a definite buy. It was a mini. I would have definitely bought it if it was a mini. I bought mine secondhand because I wasn't sure I was going to dig the 700 size. Like, it's a big pen, and I didn't really care for the original one, like just from a size-wise perspective and a visual perspective. But the Iris, I finally bought it off someone here on Twitch. But if it was a mini, I would have bought it day one. Right? That's why I held off on the big one. All right, this has to be something new because this was the last pen case that I used, and I just emptied it out when I cleaned a bunch of pens. But now it's mostly full. I have no idea what is in this case. But it's got to be like some stuff that I've used recently. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. So, like, I made a little kit of Maker's pens. So, yeah. So, this all stays together. So, when I open it up, I know exactly what it is. So, these are the two Edison Pearl Micartas. Yeah, this is probably our most popular color. So, yeah, this is one of my most used pens, and I'm starting to pay the price for it, but that's okay. You can see I'm starting to get ink in the the threads up here of the micarta. Excuse me, of the G10, but like the micarta, right? This is a fibrous pen, even though it's hard and firm. Because I use this pen so much, right? This is a well-loved pen, and I'll continue to use it, but it is a well-loved, well-used pen that I keep handy. This one I don't use as much. I don't even have a nib in it. And you can see it's got more ink stains. I bought this one secondhand, and it was already stained here. So that's ink stains in the fiberglass, which doesn't bother me. Like, it's a very, very fiberglassy thing. Use a syringe to fill. Oh, I don't dip these in ink. Yeah, these do not touch an ink bottle, but that doesn't prevent ink from getting in places that it shouldn't, right? This is a gold. I think this is probably the only gold Edison nib that I have. And I have like a fine cursive italic grind on it. So. Then we have one of the woodshed pens. Which one's this one? This is the one. I think this is one of the earlier barrels that I bought. And then he sent me one of the black ion nibs to play with. So, great pen. And then this is a Red Dragon Penco, made out of some material that I picked out that reminded me of the Sailor Green Mosaic. So I haven't used this one in a while, but I like the long, skinnier shape of the barrel. I might have even ordered that without a nib. And then we have the Mythic Penco. I won't even attempt to pronounce the name. Y'all can spell it. Aeschylus. Just a great fitting and feeling pen. And orange. So really cool. And then Iron Feather Studios with some some dark primary manipulation. This is one where the material got me. You can't really see it in person. I mean, through the camera. Like, it's got a really deep. Yeah, and this is what sold it. I mean, the combination of this and the material, because the pen is really kind of too big for me. But the material and the owl roll stopper, like, kind of did it for me. I don't know. I may end up selling this one just because I don't use it because it's a little bit too big. But it's really great. Yeah, a lot of threads. But it's not a solid color material. So it's really, really neat. You can't see that in. And it's got like a little white dot on here, like in the material. I just call that the North Star. So yeah, that's why I like it, because it's subtle. But then you can still see the dot. So yeah, so this case is all just kind of maker pens. So these all stay here. Yeah, it does have a lot of red in it. It's a really neat material. It's just, I might end up selling it just because it's kind of too big of a pen for me to, like, for me to, like, be really, like, content using it frequently. This is an old Peacock and Cole Brasstown. Hey, Sir Jim 89, welcome. It must be nice to have infinite knot cases. Not for long. They're gonna be wiped out pretty soon. But yeah, I have plenty. Maybe this is like a half full case. I legit have no idea what's in this. Oh, these are some old spoke prototypes. I actually have another place for these now. These are, but I needed to keep these separate from my other stuff because these are prototypes, like unfinished stuff, like when we were testing things out. So I actually have another place for these in the Closet of Doom. So yeah, this is some pre-release lessons from today's stream. Brad needs labels. So true. So true. Yeah, so this actually I just need to separate. Spoke to types. Yeah. So these are just more kind of some unfinished. This is when we're getting like samples and getting ideas of what we wanted to do of the icon, the axle, and the axle S. So these are the three prototypes that I had of the three new what would become the pens that we sell. Oh, there's actually a nib in this one. Should probably pull that. I'm gonna do that now. Just an extra fine. Hope it's not inked. Yeah, it's not inked. Stock Franklin Christoph extra fine. So this is before I even had the nibs, but needed a Yovo nib unit to test with. So spoke to types. Now I'm gonna be saying that all day. Thanks, Mike. Thread sound smooth. Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge with metal. Some are smooth, some are squeaky. Like these are titanium threads, which are different than aluminum threads. So it's a challenge to get it all right. See that titanium on titanium's tricky. So this case, I'm actually going to empty this one out because I actually have a set of prototypes somewhere else that I'll just take and move this out. I will empty this case out later. So that one is to be determined. Actually, I might use it for these extra pens I have laying out over here. All right, this one, I know what's in this one. We need more random. Yeah, we have to do some more channel point stuff. Hopefully I'm gonna have my emotes soon. And then we can figure out, then we'll do some channel point stuff to where, I don't know, like we'll do some expensive stuff where you get to pick a pen and an ink for me to use. Something like that, we'll do some stuff like that. Brad, I'm thinking of ordering an icon resembling the Lotus logo, so it's British Racing Green and Lime Green or Orange. I'm looking at the website and can't decide which one is yellower. Oof, that's a good question. Probably the Lime Green. I can put it together. If you email me, I can put it together and take a picture of them. For 1 million points, Brad will send you my half-finished letter. True. All right, so this is some of my more favorite Retro 51s. So it's not all fountain pens in here. So let's see what we got here. So we have Vintage Surf, which this has been a well-loved retro, probably one of my most used retros. I've stolen the refill from that. So that's just a classic one. This is number 444 of the isometric. Yeah, 10,000 points. Brad writes in cursive for the next 5 minutes. Yeah, like, seriously, we're going to do stuff like that. Alan with the 5 subs. Let's go. Thank you, Alan. I really, really appreciate you. You are awesome. Very awesome. I've drank this whole cup of water today. I am super thirsty today, chat. But thank you so much, Alan. If I could show you this one, I'm sure I can't get the light in here. It glows in the dark. It's pretty sick. So this is one made with my friend Michael, who did this isometric pop design. So we did the isometric pops, and then the background glows in the dark. We're not going to turn off all the lights in here. You will never catch me, Alan. Hey, Alan, you should try. Y'all should try. Y'all should have a fight. Just kidding. You and Mike had me cracking up on the last podcast regarding that new retro. Woo, Jonathan, we got emails. It was fun. We had a fun. I was gonna answer your question, Carol, on the podcast. So, because I think that's actually a good question. That's actually a harder question to answer than the fountain pen question, to be honest. So we'll talk about that. So hold that thought if you don't mind. It's like you think I don't read your emails, but I read all your emails. I just don't answer them quickly. All right, so yeah, we'll have to figure out how to make that one glow in the dark someday. What do we got here? We got the system, which is great. One of the great designs ever from my good buddy Mike Dudek. Number 056. Pluto, rip. Yeah, a lot of people, people enjoyed our conversation. It was, we had an interesting time with it, but it ended up being a thing that I think they got a lot of mail on. This is some OG stuff here. This is the proof from the original Pen Addict Retro. That's the OG. Brad, you are my email spirit animal. Emails take me forever. Yeah, it's a lot. So, I try to tell myself, unless it's like an emergency, I don't have to answer every email right now. But it's a hard balance. That looks just like an orange retro. It could be, but it's not. It's specialer. Pink robots. Is this a proof? Yeah. Doesn't say proof, though. It's an unnumbered. It just got a Retro 51 stamping on the back. Unnumbered. I'm gonna send my kids to college on these two, right here. Those are the college Kens. Just got the coffee retro yesterday. It's really good looking. It is sharp in the pictures. So yeah. We keep these. Just kind of keep these together because I have the ones that I use just like out here, right? Like number 321, like this one, like I usually have Evan, I got your email too, and I was like, I need to reply to Evan because like I need to talk about it, but it's like I need to look at the calendar before I reply to Evan, and then I haven't looked at the calendar yet, so Evan's been sent me an email like on Saturday that still hasn't gotten a reply to, even though he's talking to me today. What's up, Evan? Excuse me. So like this one probably had like a damaged packaging. So like I took this one out and now this is the one that I use, and but the prototype stays in here. Makes sense. Will you be doing more PA retros? It's not a priority. I'm never going to say never, but I'm going to do other stuff. I have a Jodo's coming in. I have talks from that I'm deep into talks with someone to do just another fun kind of fountain pen. So yeah, like I'm not in a hurry. Like I thought when I stopped doing the retros, I thought that there's a lot of retros. Like, does the world need another one? And it's like, it's cool to see the unique and fun ones come out, but like I'm good. Like PA Sailor, I wouldn't want to charge all that much. And they probably wouldn't let me sell them for cheaper. I'm not answering y'all. Although it's not a PA Sailor, I'll answer that. I've done Franklin Christoph. Like, I would totally do Franklin Christoph again. We're not talking right now. PA 823. Could you imagine, chat, a world where Brad could do an 823 in that looked like the custom 74 that was orange? I mean, Pilot, like, we don't even have to do it. Like, we don't have to do it. Just do it. They have the orange translucent material. They have the silver hardware and nibs. Assemble. Avengers assemble. Okay? Pilot. Avengers assemble. What I really want, to be perfectly honest with you, is I want Pilot's purple in the 823. I think that would be my choice over the orange, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. I love the orange. their kind of light-ish purple translucent barrel, that would be my first choice. All right, Coleman, awesome pin case, although had some interesting Instagram issues with this case. PAKOP. Mythic Pins. You missed your pin earlier. I was showing off your pin earlier. I'm not going to bring it back out now. Snooze, you lose. We have random TWSBIs and Safaris in here. Let's see which ones we have, though. This is a great pin case design. I was really happy with this. I mean, I know it wasn't original, like a lot of people have done the pin case design, the stand pins designs, but I was very happy with this one. Is that Brad from Mythic Pins? Brad, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. All right, so we have random TWSBIs and Lamys here. That looks like where these other Lamys will go. So, Brad, is it a conflict for you to work with other fountain pen makers because of your affiliation with Spoke? No, but it's a discussion. Like, if we're going to do something, we have a discussion. I was like, look, like, you know, like I'm just, you know, stay open with everyone about that stuff. God, that's such a good pen case, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. PA Lamy 2000. Wow. Can you imagine? Oh, look at that. I didn't know that was in here. This is a special fancy. I did not turn it inside out. That's how you hold the beer in it, though. What is that turquoise all-star called? I don't know. Whatever it's called, it's less. I think it was tourmaline, right? Was it tourmaline? So this is the orange 580. Before they did the etching, this was like the first round of the aluminum 580s. Not gonna lie, yeah, I got to stop saying that because I do lie sometimes. Just kidding, I don't lie. Especially don't lie to other vendors and retailers. So this one has like some flex cut into the nib. So I don't know if you can see this. So it's got some wings cut out here. So it's a little bit of a bouncy stub just to put out a lot of ink. This was done by, God, Brooks, what's his name? Pendleton Brown. Pendleton Brown, back when Pendleton was working on pens. At the Atlanta Pen Show, I got it from him one year. He would just buy the TWSBIs and then just modify them a little bit. So it's a little bit extra flexy. 580. What'd y'all decide? Ancient copper, copper orange, something? It looks more oh yeah, was it Pacific? It was the one where they did the turquoise ink. So it must have been Pacific, right? This must be, I think this is Pacific. Now that y'all say that. This was the one where they remade the ink. Look at this. AL star, all-star, whatever your name is. Ding here, ding there, ding everywhere. That's why you're in the losers bracket all the time. This is pretty blue in person. The lighting is not showing it that way. Yeah, this color you see here is not representative to what I see. Is that better? Butterline stub. I think that's it. This is butterline stub plus flex. So yeah, I think this is Pacific, not tourmaline. I think y'all are right. This was the one that they did the ink that was turquoise, Lamy turquoise ink. It's a great color. Your all-time favorite Lamy ink. Readily available. Hey, look, not that screen. I don't even remember what this one's called. It's one of the old chartreusey safaris. Then we have terracotta. That's what I've been waiting to find this. I knew that was in here somewhere. Is this one special? And this one's just regular. What was this one called? So this is before they did the R. This is not the 580R. This is the smooth one. This is the extra fine. Kind of like a dusty blue looking color. Ice blue, I don't think that was a name. Yeah, it's the 580. I'm just thinking of the aluminum color. This one's called Hurt Your Eyes. It's a great color. But it's not Prussian blue. So this is one of the original ones. Let's give this one away. Y'all want this one? I'll give this one, y'all. No, Prussian blue's a little darker, and I think they only did it with the ridges here. This one doesn't have the ridges. So I can't think. Maybe it's Prussian blue, and maybe they just did Prussian blue again with the R version. Oh, here's the terrible Lamy LX. This was the overpriced LX. Do they still make the LX? It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't, because it was just not a good value proposition. Just blue. Look, even this little finial guy comes off the end. It drives me crazy. It's like, why did they... Bought my gold LX. I bought it on drop discount. Yeah, if you can buy it at a discount, it's fine. But I don't know why you'd pay like $60 for this one. Oh, it looks awesome, but like, why would you pay $60 for this one and $30 for this one, or whatever it is, right? I do like the nib. I like the dark nib. Oni P, 10 months of subbing with no alerts. Why didn't it alert? Should be 40 for the LX, yeah. These were the apple colored ones. So yeah, gold, space gray, and rose pink. Drumfool with the sub. New sub. Thank you, Drumfool. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then we have the one, the only, TWSBI Go. One of the greatest pens ever made. Mike actually likes this pen more than I do. I like it. Like, I get it. I more than like it. I love it. I just never use it. It's really cool, though. They did such a good job. This is an Arrested Development moment where Brad is so entrenched in the world of pens he doesn't know the prices. It's a banana. How much could it cost? $10? That is so funny. That is so accurate. The Go is just so good. It's so good. Are y'all really telling me the LX is only $40 now? That's not what it was when it came out. I want y'all to go look at my review. It was like $60. Drumful with the gifted sub. Thank you so much. You are awesome. There's no way the LX was $40 when it came out. Yeah, it was like $70. Y'all are drunk. It's too early for that. They're totally still 60? Yeah. I'm saying it should be $40. It should be a little bit more than the other ones, than the other ALs. I see why I turned the alerts off on that screen now. Just got to go and love it. It's amazing, isn't it? All right, we're not done. We're far from done. We're going to give this TWSBI away, though. All right, I'll find a box to put it in. Give me a minute. Let me put these other ones up. Let me think here. Lamy, TWSBI. All right, this needs to go somewhere else. That's a specialer TWSBI. These are all regulars. Let's go here, 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 here. Give that one to y'all, and we're gonna put that one somewhere else, because this one, I got too much money in this one to slam it back in here. Salmon swipe, yeah, it looks good. All right, so we're gonna do a giveaway, and then we'll come back and we're gonna keep going. We gotta have like 1, 2. We only have like 4 more cases to go through. Not many. Oh, actually, maybe less than that. Like 4. All right. Do you have a swipe? I do, and it's a fantastic pen. Like, I keep it on my desk inked up with the TWSBI blue. Hey, I'm glad this has a spring in here, so when I dropped it, the cartridge didn't pop out and make a mess everywhere. Wow. Is the Lamy Ion any good? Yes, I like it. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different size. Like, it's a bulky pen, but I like it. We should check. I still, I mean, clearly I drop pens all the time, and I'm so glad that the ink didn't go everywhere. All right, let's give away a pen, and I need some more water. All right, this is what I'm giving away. Did we ever find the real color of this? Maybe it's Prussian blue, but it's not the R. It's just the 580, and it's got an extra fine steel nib, and I've used it, but probably not a lot. So we're gonna give this one away today. It's just blue AL is what we're calling it. Blue AL. Navy blue, maybe. Yeah, we'd have to search in the archives a little bit. It was one of the earlier ones that they did. All right, let's give it away though. And I need to go get some water because I'm parched. Blue AL, October 2015. Interesting. You need coffee? I'm going to get coffee after this. I've had it before and after. You need food? I probably need food too. All right. TWSBI. That is not how you spell TWSBI. TWSBI 580. Extra fine nib. I'll find a box to put it in. You have 2 minutes to enter. Enjoy the chair. I'm going to get some more water. And then we'll see what else we have here. Behaving. I'm coming back. Hope y'all are behaving. Oh God, I have too much on the floor here. 580 special edition history. TWSBI's just called blue. That's crazy. All right, blue it is. Who was right? Who was up there saying that? Naperville was saying that. Blue is right. All right, 15 seconds left. I'm gonna put that one up. A couple more things to go through here. Oh, you got your Stuart Simple dip nib over the weekend? Oh man, Flex and Follies, the blog that I enjoy. They did a Mont Blanc 144 review and put that bottle of Blanc in the image. And I was like, please don't do that. I don't think they used it. Like the ink in the review looked like blue or something like that, but they used the Blanc for the image with the Mont Blanc. And I was like, oh no, because it looks, he did that nice, like that nice ink bottle, right? Makes it look like a fountain pen ink. I was like, oh, please no. I don't think they did. I'm pretty sure the review ink color was a different color, but it was more like a prop. But it set the wrong idea. I'll be interested to see what you think about that, Evan. All right. Let's give it away. Pick a winner. Mafia Geek. Have you ever won? Have you ever won? Are you a first time for like all the times you've been in here? 3? Okay. I don't know why. It must have been a while. Nice. Yeah, you've won. I remember writing your name now on the list now. Sometimes people who are always here, like I forget. Like it's been a long time. All right, I'm just for you. I'm writing it in the TWSBI swipe with the spring in it that I dropped, and thank God the cartridge didn't come out, so I'm able to write this without getting my hands messy. So just for you, Mafia Geek. Just for you. I'm so happy to have this spring. Oh man, I need to do like 20 more giveaways till we can get rid of this. Till we get rid of this notepad of doom. All right. That's funny, Evan. All right, I need to set this where I don't lose it with all this other stuff. Give away the pad. I wouldn't put that blight on anyone. No one wants that. All right, a few more cases to go. Y'all ready? Y'all got time for this? What time is it? 11:30? Yeah, I need to be done by noon. We can do this. All right, enjoy your lurk. Toasty. All right. What's wrong with the notepad? It's a sticky notepad. And it doesn't sticky very well. And it pulls off the, you can't really see it. It pulls off the previous page, like some of the paper ends up on here. It doesn't have good sticky. It's just, I use it for the giveaway, so I'm always complaining about it. But I'm like committed to it now. I should have like thrown it out a long time ago, but now it's just like I'm fighting with it. So it's just what I do. It's just what I do. All right. What are we doing? I know what's in this one. The one thing you have not seen today or in previous... Wow, I'm thirsty. Sorry. In previous versions of me showing my pen collection is my vintage pens, because they all fit in here. So this pen wrap is from Elizabeth Bowling, who makes pen wraps. What's her online moniker? EXB pen wraps. EXB pen wraps. So like these are my American vintage pens. You'll see why I classify them that way in a moment. So we have my Parker 61, which is great. It has the, what's the nib in the 61? Yeah, these are touching, but they don't move around much, so like I'm okay with it. What's the nib material? These weren't the gold nibs. This is what Thomas told me. This was 61 because it had a little bit different nib. Yeah, the steel nib. It looks like a 51, but it's got a different nib. Octanium, thank you. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. But it writes great. It's super fine. It's in really good shape. It fills well. So I haven't used this in a while. I need to break this back out. Really, 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 really great pen. Yeah. Yeah, it's in spectacular condition. I mean, it came from Thomas Hall, so he is always keeping stuff in primo condition. Maybe my favorite and / most used vintage pen is this Schaefer Tuckaway. It has the firmest, finest nib in here. I inked this up with Waterman Mysterious Blue, and it's just like the best. It is like literally the best. I love this pen so much. I bought this at the Arkansas Pen Show, Little Rock, because I could sit with the person who restored them, and we could test it, and he could explain to me how he restored it. And I got to, once I knew it was restored, and once this nib hit the page, I was like, it writes like my drill log, which you know I love that, right? You know I love the drill log, and this pen writes like the drill log. Schaefer Vac, don't ask me. Wow, don't ask me what size. It's not a big one and it's not a small one, so it's whatever's kind of in the middle. And I bought this one because it had the silver trim, right? It was like the gray stuff, gray material, silver trim. Most of them have gold trim, right? So you know me, I like my silver trim. And this one was restored. I bought this one restored by Martin Ferguson, Martin's Pens 51. So I know it was in good shape and it writes well. I enjoy this one. I have not inked this one up in a while, but it's really, really cool. You can see the ambering on the inside when I didn't know what ambering was. So, yeah, like I paid a premium, right, Bruce, because I could find one that someone took, cleaned up, fixed, repaired, did everything they could to make it as new a condition as possible, and then you pay for that work, right? Which I was glad to do. Like, so I have one, right? If I was really into vintage pens, I would probably buy more that were in worse shape and repair them myself. It's not really my thing. This is the Golden Web. This is probably my second most used vintage pen, just because I like it. I like looking at it. I like the design of it. Brian. This is the one Mike bought me at a pen show. Yeah, I didn't really play around with the nib, but I need to. I can see it from here that it's kind of twisted. So before I ink it up again, I will adjust it to make sure it's good. So yeah, it shouldn't take much for me to tweak it, but I didn't fix it when I cleaned it. So here is another tuck away that I just picked up on a whim because I liked it so much, my first one so much. Yeah, just a different color. Nib's a little bit wider, still, you know, on the extra fine side. Really good markings on the barrel still, right? It's not really worn at all. So it's just, I got this one was like not cheap. I mean, was not expensive and not restored, but it was in perfect working condition. So I paid less for this one than I did the other one. Yeah, love the colors. It's just really sharp. And then this one, I bought at the same time as the brown tuckaway because I wanted a larger Schaefer. And getting to sit there with someone who's restored all these and getting to find like the perfect materials, the perfect colors, the perfect nibs, like just the perfect setup for you. Actually getting to spend time. Like there's still like even some of the white paint in the barrel, right? So it hasn't worn off. So yeah, I don't use this one that much either, but it's just an exceptional writer. Really, really good quality pen. So those are my American-made vintage pens, and then I'll show you the Japanese ones that are not in good shape, but I bought them. Well, we'll talk about them when I open them up here. So again, this is EXB pen wraps. So Elizabeth does a great job with these pen wraps. So I always know what's in this one. All right, this pen wrap is from Written in Rice. She may pop in here any minute now and say, OMG, it's the famous Brad Dowdy. She gave me this pen wrap. And in this pen wrap are a group of Japanese vintage pens that I bought from a vendor in Chicago in bulk. Like they just had them and it was like bulk. And then I've never done anything with them. Like they need to be like tested and repaired and like, but I just thought like the price was cheap. And I was like, they're all Japanese and got some neat stuff. Should have some Canadian pens in it, true. So here's an old vintage Vanishing Point. I think I tried to ink this one up. There was something funky with the ink. There was some, yeah, one of these pieces is broken. But like you can see the old nib here. Yeah, it's just really cool. So like I just got these more, like I didn't have to pay much for them. right? Or because I wouldn't have, because I'm not a pen repairer, right? So yeah, there you go. But they were inexpensive enough. I was like, well, if I ever want to play around with them, I can do that. So this is a Sailor. I have a bunch of these. This one I didn't buy in the same batch. Mark Backus gave me this one. This is like like the Pilot Elite or the Pilot Long Shorts, and this has I use this one somewhat frequently because it has a super needly nib, and you can just pop in the regular Sailor ink cartridges work in here, like the modern ones. So you can just pop it in here. These aren't that expensive. To like if you go to a pen show and see these, they're not that expensive. Like we're talking like $50 or less sometimes. So it's like the Pilot Elites now. Yeah, this one deserves to be inked up because it is such a good nib. It is a really good nib. And like I said, not expensive at all, relatively, like to what it is. This one came in this random batch of pens. It's a platinum multi-pen. I've never really done anything with it. I think it's platinum. No, this is Pilot. Mechanical pencil. I think there's a multi-pen. There's the pen. So I don't know. This is probably just from like the 80s or 90s or something. Nothing too special. I think they might even still make something like this. But it came in that batch. Along with this one. This is well, not an original, but an older traditional long short Pilot where it's designed to, be short in the pocket, but then post full size like this. I don't know that I've ever inked this one up. I don't think I've used this one. So this is a real, like a named long short is the actual name of the Pilot one, I believe. So that's pretty cool. And this is a platinum one, just kind of like the Sailor one. No, this is a Sailor one too. They all really borrowed liberally from their competitors. I don't know who did it first, but all of these companies made a very similar style pen. So both of those are Sailor. That's platinum. And that's Pilot. Right? They're all kind of the same or similar type of pens. Just ink my VP. OMG, I love it. Yeah, that's really, really good. It looks longer uncapped than capped. Let me check. I'll check. If Tony was here, he would compliment me on the sticker on the Elite. But like all this type of pen, you can get for like under $50. And they're really, really good. And they have gold nibs usually. Sticker mode. That's a great looking sticker, right? EF nib. So yeah. But see, then the problem is if you have to cap it correctly, you have to go over the sticker, so you're just wearing it out. I just wish they weren't always super fine nibs. Yeah. Which is why I love them so much, right? If they're doing the small pocket pens, they tend not to put like the broader nibs on there because they're just made to be like super fine. So like this one says 18K platinum, right? That does, like, these pens are cheap, like inexpensive, right? Did you ever use the Curiosity EF nib? No, I think mine had a fine in it. So, and this is the other Sailor. I don't think I've ever inked this one up. This one looks brand new. So let me look at that. I'll look at that long short again. So let's see. Yeah. So it telescopes in the center. There you go. Yeah, I don't think I've ever inked this one up. Yeah, I don't know why they don't make that anymore. That doesn't seem like a real big technical challenge these days, like to make like a long short like that. I don't know why. This is the big question mark that I don't really know much about. I mean, it's not in good shape, but it's an old Sailor eyedropper. You can see the Sailor. Let's see if I can get that on there. So that's a Sailor stamp on there, like you would normally see, like, say, a Parker, like on a dual fold clip, something like that, right? I'm not getting a good visual. Yeah, it looks like Sailor's. Yeah, it looks like Sailor's version of the dual fold, but it is an eyedropper, and it has this really weird nib on it. And then it's got the eyedropper there. So you can see the eyedropper post in there. But I just don't know much about it other than that. It's just kind of a neat thing. Like I said, all of this, like a lot of these, not all of these, but like there's probably like 5 or 6 of these were just like in a batch. I didn't pay much for it. So and there's the eyedropper release there. So and you can see the Sailor markings on the nib. The old logo, just kind of like the swirly Sailor. So just a neat, weird pen. And you can see it's like discolored. I don't know what it's even made from. The seals probably need to be replaced. Yeah, I hadn't even tested it with water, but that's what I would do. And then this is a Pilot. This is just some old like Pilot Parker kind of knockoff, right? That could be a good Urushi platform. Oh, that's not a bad idea if I get it like remade, rebuilt a little bit. So yeah, this is more of like a basic pen. Like this is almost like your Parker like daily like office pen, but it's like an old Pilot. Oh, I'm sure it needs several replacements in there. I don't even know who would do that, to be honest. It wouldn't be me. What's this one? This one I don't remember. Oh, this is an old Pilot too. An old Pilot lever filler. You can see the Pilot there on the clip. Their clip design is still somewhat the same down here on the end. Pretty flexy nib. What does that say, flanker? Is it like Namiki or does it say something else? Golden Star. Cool. So, yeah, this is just some old stuff. Pretty sure a vintage Chinese pen. Gotcha. So maybe it's not a Pilot. I was thinking, did it say it on the nib? No, I don't think the nib said it. So maybe this is just more of a generic. Yeah, could be. Could be just some basic standard pen. Like I was saying, it looks like it's just like kind of a generic office pen. All right, so that's those. So yeah, I don't really do much with these. I ink up some of the small ones because I can just fit the cartridges in there. What is that, Bruce? I'll click it on in a second. Excuse me. Yawning. All right. An old long short in a box. Cool. Yeah, $25. They were just very, very common pens. And even with gold nibs, they're just inexpensive. All right, this was a custom Sinclair. We did a collaboration with Karis Customs. Did a custom colorway, kind of like a dusty blue interior, but we did the patch and the pull to go. I think it was the EDK release, which I don't have that EDK in here somewhere, but I have like my Karis pens stay in here. It's an old retract. What's this one called? The Delrin one. I really like this pen. This is a super comfortable pen. And then the ink. The older Decograph. Yeah, that was when they first came out with the Decograph. And then the ink in the Iron Man colorway. So 3 really good Karis pens. I got some more Karis pens somewhere. I really like the Decograph. And they made this one for me with the gray and the orange. Super nice. Very happy with that pen. All right, 2 more cases. Little stuff. It's actually, I don't know what this folded up piece of paper is in here. Oh, wow, it's actually a note from them. There you go. Superstition edition stickers. All right, a couple more things, and then we'll wrap it up for today. This is in here. This is interesting. So this is the, I should use these for the dip nib testing. Oh, one of my boxes is falling apart. I keep these old Esterbrook nibs in here. I just needed somewhere to put them. Box is disintegrating. But really what's interesting is this. So, Esterbrook nibs. They're like whatever. I can't even remember which ones they are. But this, I somehow got a hold of these Morissette dip nibs. And they're dip nibs with a glass feed on them, so they hold much more ink. Right? So it's a dip nib, right? There's no pass-through here. There's no feed. Like that. And then I got Sean Newton to make me a handle to fit these nibs in. So Sean made a handle to fit in these nibs. And they're just made for dipping. How cool is that? So you can just screw out the nib units. And then some of the Esterbrook nib units will fit in here too. So not all of the nib units fit in here, but for a certain style, they fit in here. So this is just really just like a handle. So yeah, that was really cool. So you can use it as a dip nib, and it's just a kind of a longer lasting, you know, it'll hold more ink in here. Guy with the cat, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. You know, holds more ink than just, you know, like a G nib. How fragile do those feeds feel? Not fragile at all. Like, they seem kind of rock solid. Seeing if they say, it says medium iridium tip. It's got like a lot of tipping on there. So yeah, that's cool. Oh, so what I was going to say is the smaller ones, these will fit in some Esterbrook barrels too, like the old JR barrels, the old Esterbrook J barrels. Like some of these, there's 2 different styles, right? Some of these will fit into the Esterbrooks, like these. So it's the same nib, right? This is a traditional Esterbrook nib. It's got the little feed hole cut out. So it'll flow in your normal pen. But if you wanted your Esterbrook barrel, take an Esterbrook barrel and have a dip nib, this one would fit into that one. It's pretty cool. Oh, thanks, Guy with the Cat. That's what we do here most of the time. We're just going through some pen cases here, doing a little audit and rearranging. Last one. the pin case none of y'all can have that I had to stop bringing to pin shows so y'all would stop trying to steal it. Toby is working. I don't know who could be here. I don't know what's in this case. It's probably something pretty cool though. Let's find out. Thinking. I'm not Kreskin. Oh. This is my portable writing kit. My portable writing sketching kit. Alan with the gifted sub. Thank you so much, Alan. Appreciate you. We are on fire today. So fire. Appreciate it. Bork, 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 bork. So yeah, actually literally nothing in here except the cool stuff that I take if I need to take. I have a portable sketching kit and then have room for a fountain pen. So I have my Copic 0.35 multi-liner. I have the 0.28 Jetstream multi-pen, right? So if I want to use ballpoint. And then I have my Caran Dash fixed pencil. And then I have just various note cards to note. So yeah. What are the pens I'm setting aside? They were random and they needed to go in a case. I was trying to organize the cases a little bit. So this one actually was kind of a dud, relatively speaking, even though that's a kit I would use pretty frequently. So yeah, but this other ones I was setting aside, I was just really trying to find them a home of randomness. So we got this Wancher case, so we'll just put these in here. Any case recommendations for 2 to 3 pens? Notco Lookout. Rickshaw makes several types of pen cases that will fit various 2 and 3 pen setups. These stay out. Those have to go somewhere else. So yeah, this one's fine. Case of randomness. Yeah, it depends on if you want nylon or leather. You can find lots of leather cases and some. Franklin Christoph does these cool pen boxes that are a pretty neat option too. That I like, but yeah, all this stuff I'm using today is are nylon pen cases, and more bulk cases. But I would check out that stuff first. Okay, I think I got moderately organized. I don't feel super amazing about it, but I did get some things. Get some things straightened up here, and found a pen I want to refile completely because it's a little bit fancy. I think that's gonna do it today, chat. Anything else we need to go over before I sign off? We can find someone to see if Mike's streaming today, since I finally went till noon, which I don't always go till noon. See who's out there. Anything else you want to talk about? We got the podcast tomorrow. Ooh, we got a good giveaway on the blog today. Let me mute this. Hang on. All right. Previously muted. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. 1 second, chat. Yeah, Mike's playing Zelda. Girl remembers knitting. We'll probably go. Whoops. We'll probably go hang with Mike. I haven't thrown it to Mike in a while since I haven't been up to. I haven't been going as long as noon. The Knox stuff, I will send out a notification this afternoon once I update the inventory. It'll be a few hours probably. FC doesn't have the Philly stuff yet, but they've updated the stock room. Nice. Evan, I'll get your email today or tomorrow. The Shown stuff should be live. That's cool. There was something else today. Brooks had his stuff. I'm gonna have Knox stuff later. Oh, you got your Hullo? Love them? Nice. How long did it take you to get used to them? It took me 3 nights. 3 nights. But the answer to answer your email is yes, but I want to give you a date and time. All right. Next Spoke Pen inventory update. There's going to be some stuff slowly trickling in over the month. It'll be Spoke Pen. It'll be Model 6 pencils, some Model 4 pencils. I think will be the next kind of trickle in, but there's not going to be a huge release just right yet. Oh yeah, Knox stuff. I am liquidating all the Knox stuff. I am closing that down. About 2 nights, yeah. By the second night, I was like, oh, I get it. And the third night, I was like, done. I was like, yeah, that's it. I'm in. Cool. Glad you like it. All right, Mike's live. We'll throw it over to Mike. I'm trying to think what else. Podcast tomorrow. Regular schedule this week. Should be on after the show tomorrow. And then we'll be back Thursday. We'll figure out something to do Thursday. Maybe I'll get to those ink sampling I keep swearing about, but we'll figure out. My whole family are now buckwheat pillow people. Only my son kind of liked it. I bought 2, and my wife didn't like it. I loved it, and my son pretty much liked it, but he kind of he just kind of goes back and forth to whatever. He's not stuck on it. All right, let's go see what Mike's up to. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, I feel like I got more stuff to tell you, but I think that's it. I think it was a good day, chat. So let me set this up. Thank you all for hanging out. That is not the correct button. Almost there, chat. Mike's playing Breath of the Wild, which I swear I need to go play. Thank you, Boss Baker Chris. We try to have fun, try to do silly stuff, try to have a good time around here. And I appreciate all of y'all making this a good, fun time to have. So go say hey to Mike. Go mess up his gameplay. All right? Bye.
This are always different.